All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
I am Iron Man.
That's a big one.
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
You are a toy!
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Why so serious?
The city's flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
And welcome to World War G episode 249. I'm Troy.
I'm AJ.
The last one before the new year, before the new decade begins.
Wow. Crazy to think.
Yep. So, just for fun here, I know sometimes I like to start out with a list. I found a list of the top 50 cereals.
I was going to read this and look into it and see which ones made the cut and which ones didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I kind of want to be surprised and make some guesses myself.
All right.
Although growing up, I never really had many sugar cereals, except for we were allowed one box on our birthdays.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it wasn't until later on that I actually tried some of these cereals. I was in my late 20s before I actually tried, what was it? Fruit Loops.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually kind of impressive. That you went that long without trying it.
We once had white bread over at my friend Jared Ballingham's at his house, and it was a sleepover, and in the morning we got white toast, and it was such I don't know, it was the first time I'd ever had it, and it's this is amazing, why haven't we had this? And my mom, because she always either made bread or just got whole wheat, Yeah. 7 grain breads.
Did you grow up in an Amish community?
More or less.
What,
yeah.
What did you eat for breakfast?
My mom, she one time actually tried this new cream for Jewish women. It's called oil of oive. No. We would, I don't know, just Raisin Bran. That was the sugariest cereal. Or Kix. Had a lot of Kix growing up.
Oh, okay.
I want to say with this list, though, that Life is probably number 50. That's my guess.
No.
Oh. Shredded wheat.
Yes.
Really?
Shredded wheat is number 50.
Not the mini ones, but the actual big, shredded wheat ones. Yeah.
So I'm just going to run through these really quick. Stop me if you have, something you want to say about them.
Okay.
But I think I can get through all 50 fairly quickly. And I'll stop at the top.
Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay. Starting at number 50. Shredded wheat, grape nuts, blueberry, frankenberry, Wheaties, nut and honey, Special K, waffle crisps, Rice Krispies Treats cereal, Alpha Bits, honeycomb, cookie crisp, cornflakes, French toast crunch, honey bunches of oats with almonds.
That's a good one. Mm.
That's probably what you were eating when you were a kid.
Yeah. We did have a lot of those. And Blueberry Morning.
Blueberry Morning's good.
Right?
I like Blueberry Morning. Rice Chex, Puffins, Peanut Butter Captain Crunch, Honey Smacks, Captain Crunch Berries, Crispix, Golden Crisp, Life, number 28.
Oh, wow, okay.
Cheerios, Kix, Reese's Puffs, Trix, Corn Pops, Special K Red Berries, Rice Krispies, Apple Jacks.
We might have to slow a little bit down when we get to top 10.
Yeah. Apple Jacks. Doesn't taste like apple.
No, not at all.
Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, Basic 4, Captain Crunch, Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Mini Wheats, Cocoa Krispies, Fruit Loops.
I'm really surprised that those ones didn't make the top 10. At least Honey Nuts Cheerios and Fruit Loops didn't make the cut.
I was surprised that
those are heavy hitters.
Yeah, just plain Cheerios didn't make the top 10.
Oh, yeah. They lower your cholesterol.
That's what I hear. Good for your heart. Honey Kicks, Raisin Bran. Okay, so here are the top 10.
Okay.
Number 10, Cocoa Puffs. I'm not a big fan of Cocoa Puffs. Never
I
have
actually
been.
like the Rice Krispie, like the chocolate ones better.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do the same thing to your milk, you know, and you get to drink it afterwards.
Well, I never have milk with cereal, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, I'm a
Water.
I'm a weirdo. No, I have milk. I just separate it.
Yeah, you got to keep the.
I pull it,
colored
get
thing.
out.
Yeah,
and-
get out.
yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking too. Like, oh, geez.
But I don't do it because I'm racist. I do it because I think it's gross.
I could only have like 1% or 0% milk.
Yeah.
My mom would get like whole or 2%. I was like, what are we just drinking yogurt?
I know.
Like, what is this?
I know, it turns into like, it's like you're almost eating like cereal soup at that point.
Yeah.
Number 9. Peanut butter puffins. Now that's twice puffins have appeared on this list, and I have no idea what it is.
Isn't it
Puffins.
similar to like Smack'ems?
I don't know.
I think it looks the same. Like they're puffed up rice, wheat, or something.
Puffin cereal. Oh.
I know you've seen it because it's a puffin. It's a little puffin character.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. They are kind of a wheat.
Smacks. Smack 'em,
Yeah.
whatever they are.
They don't look like any sort of type of cereal.
Oh, no, they... really? That's... Okay, I would imagine it's because this you can get around... it's not close to Smacks at all. It looks more like a puffed up Life.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I know I've had them before because they're actually hollow on the inside. And they kind of have the taste of like Raisin Bran a little bit. Or... Yeah, Raisin Bran would probably be the closest to it.
I've never seen this cereal before.
Big over in like Europe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, so that's number 9. Number 8, Fruity Pebbles.
Okay.
Number 7, Golden Grams.
I really didn't like Fruity Pebbles just because, like, the problem with Fruity Pebbles is a lot of these, like, really good cereals are more... They're thicker or denser.
Yeah.
So they don't, when you put milk over the top of them, they don't go soggy in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
The problem with those is they're even worse than like Rice Krispies because they're really flat. They're like flat Rice Krispies.
Mm-hmm.
So they get soggy super, super fast.
Yeah. And
They're like mini shredded wheat, or no, cornflakes.
yeah. Fruity Pebbles, the problem with that one is it was so sweet.
Yeah.
Like overly sweet.
Yeah.
Number 7, Golden Grams. I like Golden Grams. Those are always one of my favorites. Number 6, Honey Bunches of Oats, Honey Roasted.
Okay. They're pretty specific.
Mm-hmm. Number 5, Count Chocula.
Okay, see, you had like Boo Berry and Frankenberry down at the bottom of the list. They
Yeah.
made the cut of top 50.
Yeah.
But I like how Count Chocula is,
Top
up
10.
in the top 10.
I've gone almost 35 years, never tried Count Chocula.
Really?
Ever.
I've never tried it either.
I thought about getting it this Halloween for us because I saw it everywhere.
Like a taste test?
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought back the original looking creatures on the front of the boxes,
Yeah.
kind of classic.
But I think at this point, we may be the only ones that have never tried it. So
Probably.
a taste test would be kind of redundant at this point.
Yeah. You're like, if you haven't ever heard of these,
Yeah.
like, you should try this.
I've heard of this Count Chocula cereal. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Number 4, Lucky Charms.
Okay.
Never been one of my favorites.
I
I don't like those little marshmallows. I never have.
I do, but more so in like hot cocoa because it tastes like dehydrated little marshmallows.
Yeah.
Or like astronaut ice cream. And I like that. I would purposely eat all of the cereal and just leave the marshmallows to the very end.
Yeah.
But we always got like marshmallow mateys instead because you could get like a 5-pound bag.
Well, yeah.
Compared to
You got to
this
get
other
the
one.
Malto-meal kind.
Oh yeah, it was just cheaper and better, or maybe just cheaper.
I like my cereal like I like my women.
Yeah, cheap.
Cheap and in bags.
Yes. Wow. Okay, Dexter.
I don't know what that means. Number 3, Frosted Flakes. A classic.
Yeah.
Um,
See, that's why I'm so surprised the Cheerios didn't make the cut.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Number 2, Cocoa Pebbles.
Okay. Is Captain Crunch number 1?
No, I went through Captain Crunch.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was up in the 30s.
Okay.
Number 1.
I don't even know. Because I can't remember, like, all the other ones that...
Here, I'll give you the description. You see if you can tell me what it is.
Okay.
Long live the cinnamon-flavored king, the most perfect cereal ever devised by men or gods. That's just science, and you can't argue with science. So long live the cinnamon-flavored king.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yep.
Really?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Have you ever had it before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've had Cinnamon Toast Crunch a lot.
I don't know.
I didn't grow up in an Amish community, so
yeah.
I had these sugary cereals.
Was that kind of a staple that you guys always had that here?
Yeah.
Whenever we wouldn't like eat our, dinner, we didn't want it. My mom's like, you can either have a bowl of cereal or go to bed hungry. I don't care. Like, kind of a deal. If you're not going to eat what I prepared. So yeah, we'd always have cereal.
See, for me growing up, we basically fended for ourselves.
Okay.
Because, my mom was a single mother.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of times I was kind of a latchkey kid. I was home by myself quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Cartoons raised you.
Yeah.
And cereal.
Cartoons and cereal and pretty much whatever I could get my hands on. So, yeah, that whole concept about coming to
sit down at the dinner
table and all that, we never did that.
Unless it was pizza. But even then, it was probably like, grab a couple of slices and go watch a TV
pretty much.
or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, though.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That really is pretty surprising. They had to have based... Do you think they based it off of, just surveys? Or was it, how much has actually been sold?
Well...
Were there a couple of different factors?
I would imagine... it didn't say there, but, the list came from Nerdist. So I would imagine that it was some sort of poll that they conducted.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think... in the store, how that I work at, I'm trying to think the one, that we restock the most. We go through a lot of the Malto meal cereals.
Right, those bags?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We go through a ton of that.
So do you have to stack it newest on the bottom and rotate
Sometimes.
it? Okay.
It depends. It depends on the expiration date.
Oh, okay.
We'll get notified stuff we have to rotate. We'll have these little green tags right here. That are...
I thought those were the tags that you could, write down the good things that happened.
No. It wasn't those. But yeah, these little green tags will be right in where the price is, right in front of the product.
Oh.
And we know that we have to rotate that.
Man, getting all the inside information.
I know.
Now I'll know which ones to actually take.
I know.
Yeah. It's good. It's nice to have a person in the know.
I know. Somebody on the inside.
Yeah.
The inside of the shady grocery world.
It's a shady, dark world.
It's kind of cutthroat, I'll tell you that, especially when it comes to, being have competitive prices and stuff. And what my store did just recently. They went and bought the same items at several different grocery stores and then put all those items in carts and then have the total of what those items came to.
Yeah.
And my grocery store was the cheapest, see?
Booyah. This is the competition, and we do, we are better. We are more... Well, I don't know. You'd want to say cheap. We're cheaper.
Well, it's the same brands, but yeah, we are a little cheaper.
Yeah, makes sense. So, did you ever get a chance to play GTA 5 at all, or any of the Grand Theft Auto games?
Yeah, I played one or two.
Grand Theft Auto 6. They possibly have a location for this one. The last one, GTA 5, so they have GTA Vice City and some of these other ones that are based off of really iconic cities throughout America. But GTA 6, thanks to a Twitter post, looks to be, at least the story mode, looks to be because they had like all these. They threw up a Twitter post what they were getting for Christmas, and it had a lot of Rockstar games on it. But there was a couple of ones that kind of stuck out to everybody else, and it was these Rockstar logos. That one of them has a Jamaican and one of them has a Colombian flag on the back of them. So they're kind of and that's never been done before. So they're kind of, perhaps alluding to this, that's where some of the places you'll go to.
Yeah.
Which to me, this could be really pretty interesting because then your character would have to go abroad and possibly take down like some drug lords or something big. But that's just kind of the rumor, and they've yet to say or confirm or deny it. But that's kind of where we're at.
I want a video game because Grand Theft Auto, has become extremely expansive.
Yeah,
as far as like the cities and stuff,
and visually, like they're impressive.
Yeah,
they put a lot of time and effort. I
want a video game that you can travel throughout all the streets of the U.S. Like,
Okay.
how Google has their little Google Map cars that go around and take pictures of pretty much everything. I want a video game company to do that and then render all that within the video game.
That would be awesome.
That'd be really cool, right?
Yeah, you could drive past your house. You could buy a house in the neighborhood or where that you grew up. Or wow, you know how long that would take though. And the other thing that would be really difficult is because a lot of the times these the streets are under construction. And constantly new things are happening and changing. So I guess you'd have to like pick a year. Like 2020 and say this is what it looked like in 2020.
Right.
Similar to what they do with like teams and stuff for like sports games.
Yeah.
You can take a snapshot and everybody and everything that's in there.
Then I'd also think, well, would it be in real time if you were driving from city to city or state to state?
Oh, geez.
Like you would sit there for 8 hours just driving down the highway?
That'd get kind of boring. You like put on an audiobook or something in the car. Have to pull over and get gas at a gas station.
Go to the bathroom.
Right?
Pick up a hitchhiker.
When you could really do that in, real life. Go over, like, I think I'm going to go see Washington. Go take a trip up there. I'm going to go over here.
Yeah.
You can do that in real life, but you're just like, no, I'd rather just...
Yeah. It's like, these places actually exist. We go see them then.
We're such recluse people now, and we're so like in love with technology that we would rather like travel the U.S., hit all 50 states virtually.
Yeah. Well, did you ever see that South Park episode when Guitar Hero was really big?
Yeah.
And the kids were playing Guitar Hero, and they were so jealous that one of them could get to like the final level or whatever. And one of their dads, I think it was Kyle's dad, says, well, I can play some of these on an actual guitar. And he actually started playing it like Smoke on the Water on a real guitar.
Right.
And they were like, that's stupid. That's stupid, Dad. But I mean, that's just what it is. I'm like, they're so... we're so video game or ingrained in these video games and everything that, sometimes you forget about real life.
Very true. But see, the games that really stick out to me are things that I can't do in the real world.
Yeah.
If it's a sports game, like, unless it's overly exaggerated, like Hits or Blitz, I don't play those games because I can do it in real life.
Sure.
But I can't kill a dragon, in real life, so...
That is true.
Or zombies. Yet.
You never know.
Oh, it's happening. I'm ready.
Okay. So, 2020 looks like it's going to be the year of the sequels. There is a lot of sequels coming out in 2020.
I'm trying to think back in 2019 with this year. There were some sequels or revamping but not so much. It was kind of like a...
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020 does look like it's ramping up, though.
So, first we gonna... Oh, 1 second. Okay. So, hang on, I gotta click through this. I hate when websites do that. Okay. So, the first major sequel of 2020 is going to be Bad Boys for Life.
Oh yeah. You
Coming...
actually see this one?
No.
Yeah. Neither will I.
Coming 16 years after its predecessor. I remember seeing Bad Boys 2 in the theater because I think I worked at the Point at the time.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. We'll also get Legally Blonde 3 will be released as the first movie in the series in a long time.
Starring the original cast?
Yep, starring Reese Witherspoon. We're also going to get Top Gun Maverick will also be released 34 years after the original.
They're really like, when I went and seen Uncut Gems, they played this trailer.
Yeah.
And they're really trying to push that they're going above and beyond, but it's more with the way that they're filming these jets.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's something that'll probably never be done again because we're putting like 6 different cameras in these cockpits and we're doing this and this. And that's kind of like, it sounds to me like that's the selling point.
Right.
Not to relive, or take a trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Not the plot or characters.
No, there was nothing about the plot in this, like, one of the latest trailers.
Well, it looks almost like the exact same film.
Yeah, except for hopefully there's not a volleyball scene.
There is.
Really?
Yeah.
With the old guys or the new guys?
I think the new guys. I think
you got
there's
Val Kilmer out there.
I don't think Val Kilmer is in it.
He's like, hold on, guys. Hold on. I'll just ref over here.
Sorry, Val Kilmer.
Yeah, sorry.
We're also going to get Bill and Ted with Bill and Ted Face the Music. It's almost 20-something years after the last one came out.
Yeah.
Their bogus journey.
Keanu Reeves is mainly just doing this for the fans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this film was created because of the fans, basically.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, he could be doing a million other projects.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And then, finally, we're going to get Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I'm really looking forward to.
This one, there's been a lot of hate on this movie.
Has there?
Yeah,
I haven't
because
seen a whole bunch.
People just saying that it's going to be basically Stranger Things meets Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Right?
Well, I mean, the Stranger Things kid is in it.
Right.
Finn. But reason I'm looking forward to it is this is the sequel that we've wanted
compared to
the one that we got in 2016.
Yeah, they're just
which wasn't even really a sequel.
No.
It was just more of a reboot, which was dumb. But yeah, but this actually is in the same timeline. It's canon with the other two,
and it's definitely set in that universe.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, people are familiar with all of these other, like, proton packs, and it's really grounded in the Ghostbusters mythos.
Yeah. Plus, it has Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
America's sweetheart, Paul Rudd. Anyway. So, yeah. 2020 is going to be the year of sequels.
Speaking of America's sweetheart, Ryan Reynolds has confirmed that Deadpool 3 is in the works, and it's going to be at Marvel Studios. That's the part that I really want to talk about. It'll be interesting because Fox has done the first 2 installments, right? And then now we're finally getting a third one, but it's going to be set in the at Marvel Studios, like with Disney leading the charge. Which brings up the question, are they going to try to PG-13 Deadpool? Or are they going to let him, be his typical Deadpool?
Well, if I remember correctly, back when the whole Disney bought Fox thing happened, there were some question about Deadpool and what was going to happen. And I think what they said was that they were going to leave Deadpool basically as is.
Right.
I don't think that they're going to try and neuter him or anything like that. Or make him kid-friendly or anything.
Ryan Reynolds will probably have to joke about it a little bit.
I'm sure he will.
That hopefully now we can get some more Avengers.
It would be interesting to see if they do that. If they add any of the MCU people into it.
Or like while Endgame is going on, he's actually playing an intricate part. Perhaps.
Or he's not doing anything at all.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just sitting at home.
Yeah. While that's going on.
A
couple people like beside him disappear,
Yeah.
And she's oh well.
Yeah, but my feelings on Deadpool.
Right. But I just like it. It's kind of interesting that with this third installment, if what they're gonna do differently with it.
Yeah, I would hope that they don't do much with it, because if they're smart, they have to have seen the box office numbers that the other two got, and they were pretty hard R. So I would imagine that they wouldn't do too much to it, but it's Disney. You never know.
Right.
You never know. Either way, fans will probably not be happy. Because the internet is just full of idiots, and they'll think, well, Disney screwed up Deadpool. Even if it is rated R, they'll still say that. Just like they did with Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, man. Fans. We're our own worst enemies.
Yep. All right. So this was a kind of a funny story. The Rock on Twitter called out a friend of his for seeing Cats twice.
Seriously?
Yep. And not seeing Jumanji.
Wow.
So, this person named Devin Coggin, whoever that is, posted a picture of her ticket with Cats, and with the caption, "Round 2." To which the Rock says, "Round 2 of Cats, Devin? We family. Where's round 1 of Jumanji?" To which she replied, "Hey, I already saw Jumanji weeks ago. I had to support my close personal friend, Danny DeVito."
Wow.
So, yeah.
Close personal friend? So not only did she, shut him down, but then she also says that she's a closer fan to
closer
Danny
friend to Danny DeVito.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Huh.
I just thought that was kind of funny.
I think she's probably the only person that saw Cats.
It seems that way.
Right? It's not getting any love whatsoever.
Hey, I want to see Cats box office. Box office mojo. See what Cats has done.
I'm pulling up Star Wars.
Let's see. Cats is currently, maybe this is just over the weekend or something, but it only pulled in $1,440,000.
Oof! Wow!
Ouch!
Dang.
Yeah, but let's see. Yeah, but that's just since, let's see, domestic box office for December 29th. So I don't know what the total is on Cats, but I imagine it's not a whole lot.
Care to take a guess at Rise of Skywalker?
Rise of Skywalker total box office?
Just the box office. Yeah. Well, not what. Well, we'll do total, but just box office first.
I'm guessing it's somewhere between 20-30 million.
72. It's sitting a total of 361.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking total. I was just thinking like for the.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's from what I've heard, it's made quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
But people are still saying, well, it's coming in less than all the other Star Wars movies. That means it's not good.
Yeah. Because it still made its money back and then some.
Like, it's probably on par to make $1 billion, so shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Man. Like, I still don't get it. I don't get the hate that this movie has been getting. I really don't. It completely baffles me. It really does.
They just want to hate.
I can understand the criticism for Last Jedi.
Oh, understandably so.
100%.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't get it. I don't get it. But whatever. It's just trendy to be anti-Disney, I think.
Yeah, it's cool to not like Disney.
Yeah.
Because they're the big bad. I mean, they've been that for a long time, but it seems more so than ever before.
Disney is the Walmart of films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
the big one that buys up everything else and takes over, and no one can compete.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
that's pretty accurate. All right.
But I still shop at Walmart, and I still watch Disney films, so call me basic. I don't care.
All right. So Hellblade. Did you ever get a chance to watch Sonora's Sacrifice at all?
No, I have no idea what this is.
So it's a game that came out just a couple of years ago, and basically, in a nutshell, it looks a lot like Horizon Zero Dawn or God of War kind of esque, but you played this character that she went around, and it dealt with a lot of different with grief and with a lot of different disorders. So she was constantly getting like berated by people saying like, fight over here or this way, you should do this, and you have to do like all these different like puzzles platforms as well. But if you were to die too many times, you actually have to restart the entire game. So the stakes are a little bit higher. But this one was kind of more of an indie game at first, but it really blew up, and now it's getting a sequel. The only problem with its sequel is it's going to be available for Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
Which, how do you feel with this day and age of having like just games that are exclusively on certain platforms or certain consoles?
Seems counterproductive.
Right?
Like
you're limiting your sales?
Yeah, you're limiting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because why would you not put it on the big three, which is PC, Xbox, and PlayStation?
Yeah.
I mean, that just makes sense. Unless you have, maybe there's some exclusive rights or something like that.
Well, a big draw for Nintendo and why they stay relevant is because they have like Zelda and they have Mario, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know so many people that went out and bought a Switch just because they wanted to play Zelda.
Right.
Or they wanted to play Smash, or
right.
some of these other games. So, I mean, I know that's probably the reason is because if you want to play like Gears of War, if you want to play God of War or like Spider-Man, you have to have these consoles for it. But you're right. It would like they would be able to. I don't know. It kind of feels cool to me to have like some sort of an exclusive game that's only for a certain thing, but they are limiting themselves on sales.
They are.
So where do you draw the line? Are they increasing sales because they have exclusive games, or are they, is it a wash?
I think that's what some companies are betting on.
Yeah.
That if they put, the word exclusive in front of it, that they're hoping that people will run out and buy it.
Right.
Because it's only on this. I gotta go get it because I'm not gonna be able to get it anywhere else.
Not gonna lie, I was pretty tempted to get an Xbox when Tomb Raider was announced. The first one, was announced. I think it was like 2016 for Xbox, but it was only going to be on Xbox for a year. And then they were going to play nice and let Sony and Microsoft have it.
Yeah.
But I was kind of tempted to, so I get the appeal a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
I'll always be a PlayStation guy.
Same.
I don't think I'll ever cross over to Xbox.
Is it the controller?
And it's just
the whole setup.
PlayStation to me has just had more games that I'm interested in than Xbox did.
Yeah.
I mean, Xbox, they have Halo, which I could totally see myself getting into. But other than that, they don't really have anything that really sticks out to me. Whereas PlayStation has stuff like, the Spider-Man games, God of War, Grand Theft Auto. Grand
Theft Auto is both.
Oh, okay. Assassin's Creed.
Both.
Is it both?
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway. But you get my point.
Well, see, and if you listen to this podcast for a while, everybody knows that I'm a huge...
The Arkham games.
Yes. Yeah.
Or is that both?
Both.
Dang it. My point is being lost.
Yeah. I love some indie games, and some of these smaller indie companies seem to go more towards Sony than Microsoft.
Yeah.
And I really like supporting them, and I like that they're really story driven. So
Uncharted.
Yes.
There you go.
Booyah. That is reason alone. With all 4 of them, and then Lost Legacy rounds out all of them.
The Last of Us.
Yes. Yeah. God of War.
God of War.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Ratchet and Clank.
That's a great one. I love that game.
And others.
Yeah, but the only ones I can really think of for Xbox, not saying not to just bash on Xbox, because there's a lot of games, and I wish that Sony and Microsoft would play nice so that you could play against each other.
Yeah.
To kind of amp up that rivalry. But yeah, the biggest ones I can think of are Gears of War and Halo.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Street Fighter. I think Street Fighter is only on PlayStation.
I don't know about that.
I know Street Fighter 5 is.
Certain ones, yeah. They'll go back and forth. Some of these companies that come out with a game each year, they'll do a back and forth between the two.
But yeah, the Infamous games, you ever play those?
Yeah.
Those are really fun. And
Right.
those are only on PlayStation. I just think PlayStation has their games are just geared more towards what I like.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, Uncharted alone. That alone is worth getting a PlayStation for.
Shout out
those
to you,
games.
Nolan North.
Yep. Nolan North. Okay. So, I thought this story was kind of interesting. Just recently, scientists have made a pretty giant leap forward. One may say a mammoth step forward into the possibility of cloning and bringing back the woolly mammoth. Because just recently, scientists reactivated the cells of a long dead mammoth who died almost 30,000 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, I'm a fan of science like this.
Right.
Of this mad fringe science.
Yeah.
Like, curing heart disease, cancer, whatever. Let's bring a mammoth back to life. That's what I want to see.
Isn't it just a hairy elephant?
Pretty much, but it's a lot bigger than an elephant.
Okay.
That's the thing. And it's something that we could possibly, probably within the next, I would say 50 years, totally bring back. Because...
Haven't we already learned our lesson by watching Jurassic Park?
Well...
I'm just saying.
But these aren't dinosaurs.
They're bigger than an elephant. Like, that's terrifying. That are, like, mammals walking around, top of the food chain.
But I would still want to see one. I want to see a real life one. And we could probably do it because we have found so many frozen dead mammoths whole, intact in the ice.
Yeah.
Where, all their cells are still there that we can possibly clone them. Whereas dinosaurs, all their remains are now rocks.
Basically. Unless you find a mosquito inside of some amber.
Right. Right, of course.
And it happened to be able to, suck the blood out of a dinosaur,
yeah,
right? Because they don't have thick skin at all. But to me, I wish that they would have shown a bigger mosquito, perhaps. Then it would have made more sense. Like the mosquitoes back in the day were probably a lot bigger. I'm sure they terrifying.
Yeah, I'm sure they're big as birds or something,
right? Ooh, that'd be able to drain you, just latches onto you and just takes out 20 gallons and you're dead. You're just a raisin.
Yeah.
I don't know how much blood we actually have, but probably not 20 gallons.
I don't know. Oh. What would be funny is we think that mammoths are, we're kind of docile herbivore creatures. It would be funny if we didn't clone them and realized that's not the case.
They're meat eaters.
They're meat eaters and they're aggressive.
Yeah, we don't know.
We made a mistake. Mammoths are mean.
And then they just start. Although, can you imagine? I would think that there would be some hunters, trophy hunters out there that would want to shoot a mammoth, right? Put it up on your mantle, it just takes up a whole wall.
We were wrong. Mammoths are dicks.
So, after 9 years, Minecraft players have finally finished recreating Middleearth. This, to me, is extremely impressive. I can't think of anything that I've been, working on for, 9 years.
No.
Right? That's some dedication right there. What they did is they took straight from the source material, from the books, and any pictures that were created, because Tolkien oversaw all of those pictures.
Yeah.
So it would be close to his likeness or what he envisioned.
Yeah.
And then they went off the films, and they have it down to the smallest details. They have signs, and it's got Gandalf's cart with fireworks in the back of it. And some of these cities that you go to, they've got the prancing pony. Yeah. You can actually go in and get yourself a beer, a couple of pints.
It comes in pints? Yeah.
But it's crazy because they've also made it, they put these blocks along this path that you can walk the entire journey of the Fellowship from start to finish.
That'd be cool.
You can walk all the way to Mordor and throw it, carry a ring with you and in your inventory, and then throw it into the, the fiery pits.
That's impressive. The pictures that I've seen. Because
you'd have to basically, because when you go into a Minecraft world, it generates it's randomly generated, right? So it's got different caves and all sorts of other stuff. So you'd have to go in and purposely, fill in all the holes and make basically a flat canvas, and then say, have this drawn out, what you want to do, what you'd like to see, and then, start getting really detailed with it as well. And it just goes to show you, how cool Minecraft, there are so many different, bricks that you can choose from, and so many different options that you could create like tons of different worlds, but for them to recreate Middle-earth was really, really impressive.
Yes. Yeah. And I can't imagine the planning that went into this and the mathematics that would gone into this
To try to get everything down to scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to think, okay, well, this Minecraft, this certain brick is, so big. So so how many bricks would we'd have to make in order to make a full scale mountain, or, the Eye of Sauron, or,
Yeah. And what's the, like,
Hurts my
what is
brain.
the scale that they're going off of? Did they base it off of, well, if your they probably went off of your character size, right?
How big the character is. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine. He's like 5 bricks tall. Okay, so then everything's going to be based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And if these creatures, or these creatures like humans would be 10 bricks tall, or
Right.
just go from there.
Yeah.
But that's still, I can't even imagine. Would you like to see any other world? Have you ever played much of Minecraft at all?
Not really.
Okay.
I think I've played it once or twice at somewhere. I don't remember where, but
No.
yeah.
Would there be any worlds that you'd want to see created like entirely in Minecraft?
I'm sure they've done this, but
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Right?
Yeah.
Nah, thinking the same thing.
Yep. Also, the geek in me would want to see like a full Starship Enterprise.
Okay.
Like somebody could create that where you could actually walk around the entire ship, or maybe a Death Star. That'd be cool.
That'd be way cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult because they already have one that you can build out of Legos.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine they could just do something similar to that.
Yeah. Or create like entire, planets of Star Wars, like Tatooine or
Yeah.
Endor, or
Fly
stuff
over
like
to
that.
like these different places.
Mhm.
And then like just make it a desert planet and then build from there.
Mhm.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of work and planning would have to go into these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just too much work that I'm willing to put in,
Yeah.
frankly. Especially do a video game.
Right.
Okay. Let's get to our reviews here. You saw a film?
Yes. Uncut Gems. This one stars quite a few people, but the 2 people that really stood out in this film were Adam Sandler and, surprisingly enough, Kevin Garnett.
Really?
Adam Sandler plays this jeweler that he's got 99 problems, and a woman on the side is one.
Is that woman Idina Menzel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's his wife.
Oh, okay.
Julia Fox is the woman on the side.
Gotcha.
But he's this jeweler that he has his hands, like, he has a lot of problems, and the reason that, like, these are a lot of self-inflicted problems.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's super in debt, but then he also gambles, and he's all the time, like, stealing from Peter to pay Paul kind of a deal, where he's borrowing, like, money from other people to pay this dude, and then, like, trying to sell these rocks, but, like, he gets a opal from overseas, and this to him is going to be the thing that changes everything, because he paid so much for it, but he's hoping to get a huge return out of it.
Yeah.
And while he's like in his jewelry store, Kevin Garnett comes in there with his kind of whole crew, because he runs pretty deep. And he sees this opal that's kind of tarnished and it's not refined yet, and falls in love with it, and feels like he's like seriously drawn to this opal, that he needs to have it, and he's willing to like bring cash, like bags of cash, into the store in order to purchase it. But Adam Sandler's character believes that he can get more for it. So Yeah, I don't know. And that's kind of where it is. He's also he got issues with his family, including he owes a lot of money to a particular family member he kind of distanced himself a little bit from, it's not like that. It's not his fault. So he lets his bodyguards and kind of henchmen do the dirty work and beat the crap out of Adam Sandler. Mm-hmm. But this is not, there's comical parts in it, but this is not a comedy by any means. It's about and you feel bad because a lot of these problems are self-inflicted, but you're also rooting for him you find yourself rooting for him at the same time, and you want him to succeed, and you want him to, if only he would just do a couple of things, he could turn his whole life around.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is one of those movies that, at the end of it, I just kind of sat there in the theater for a little bit. It's such a great movie, and the acting is amazing, which is surprising to say that about Adam Sandler, because he's so hit or miss. He had a couple of really good ones, and then for the most part, he's had just kind of garbage film. Yeah, exactly. This to me is kind of similar to the Majestic for Jim Carrey and some of these other movies that really turned their whole career around, and it's not something that's too unfamiliar with to him, because he does play this Jewish guy, you know, but it was great. It's not for the faint of heart. If you're, there's a lot of language in this movie. There is some nudity and also some violence. They don't shy away from that. So it's definitely not for everybody, but if you can kind of look past that and appreciate the acting in this movie, it's a phenomenal story. It's great. I really think that Adam Sandler is going to be up for potentially for an award for this.
Well, it's sitting at 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
9.3 out of 10 on IGN.com. Michael O'Sullivan from Washington Post gave it 3.5 out of 4. Peter Travers from Rolling Stone gave it 4.5 out of 5. Wow. All right.
It's getting some acclaim, and rightfully so.
I guess I gotta go see this.
It kind of flew a little bit under the radar, but yeah.
It's just, I'm so tentative to see an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
It's I've had such a grudge against Adam Sandler for so long that it's so hard for me to think, oh, he's actually in a good film.
Yeah.
That
where's this grudge stem from?
Yeah. Everything he's made, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty much starting everything after Happy Gilmore.
Okay. Yeah, even Little Nicky I didn't much care for.
Yeah, The Waterboy.
The Waterboy was okay. I thought it was funny.
Jack and Jill.
Oh,
Grown Ups. Grown Ups 2. It's just, ugh.
Yeah.
It's just a pile of garbage.
This, to me, could seriously turn his career around. He can play different characters.
Yeah.
Just as long as he doesn't go back to make stupid movies.
Yeah.
I think he'll be pretty safe. But it also...
Pixels. He made Pixels. That was a flaming pile of garbage.
Yeah. I think that we're going to see a lot more celebrity, sports icons making the crossover into movies. After seeing this, Kevin Garnett, I've always been a big fan of him because of the Timberwolves, and kind of followed his whole career.
And LeBron James did really well in what film was he in? Dang it.
But just as long as they don't venture too far from what they know, if it's set in the basketball world, I'm cool with that. And Kevin Garnett did play a basketball character, a person in this that was really wealthy and played basketball. So it wasn't a stretch for him. Right. It was really similar to Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born. Did a really great job, but it wasn't she wasn't pushing the envelope or doing something that she wouldn't normally do.
Right. She was playing a a musician. She was playing a singer.
Yeah, exactly.
Trainwreck.
Okay.
LeBron James in Trainwreck. He got a lot of acclaim for that.
All right.
Yeah, it's interesting. You wouldn't think basketball players being good actors, especially looking at like Michael Jordan
Yeah.
in Space Jam. Man.
Ugh. Or even that Uncle movie. What was that one that came out recently? Like last year. Something Uncle Lotus or something. You know what I'm talking about? That.
Oh.
It had a lot of basketball players.
Yeah. They were playing old guys. What was that called? No, I know exactly what you were talking about.
Right.
Uncle.
Some of those ones were really campy.
Yeah.
But if they play more serious roles, yeah, it's got potential because like we've already seen the success that Ballers has gotten, right, with The Rock.
Yeah.
But out of 5 opals, I'm honestly, at first I was thinking about it and I'm like, okay, I'm probably at a solid, like after the movie, I'm like, I'm at a solid like 3.5. Like it's really well done. There were some parts I didn't much care for, but after like thinking on it and kind of mulling it over, like I'm at a 4.
Wow.
I really am. Yeah. It's great.
All right. Fine. I'll go see it.
All right.
Again, Adam Sandler in a good movie that just doesn't click in my brain. Like it just.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I felt the exact same way, dude. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now let's get to The Mandalorian.
It wrapped up its final episode, episode 8.
Series 1 is done. I canceled my subscription on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'll re-up it again when it comes back. And it's funny. They ask you why you're leaving.
Yeah.
It says, oh, is it because you can't, is it the price, is this, da-da-da. And it says other, and I clicked on that, and it tells you give a reason. And I was honest with them. I said, honestly, I downloaded this for The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Now that it's over, I'm leaving, but don't worry. I said I'll be back when season 2 happens.
You throwing that little disclaimer. Don't worry, Disney.
I'll come back.
Because they need your money. Like
I know you need my $6 a month.
Yeah.
No, that's really going to help.
Yeah. Which, thanks again for letting me use the,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the subscription.
Yeah, no problem. So, yeah,
Are we going to give a spoiler version of this?
Let's put it this, there could be potential spoilers.
Right.
So let's throw that out there now. There could be potential spoilers.
Okay.
So if you don't want to know, then skip past this and just go to the end.
There you go.
So,
You have been warned.
I have spoken. See? So yeah,
Is
the Mandalorian. It takes place, I think,
3 years after the 6th movie.
after Return of the Jedi.
Correct.
Right? So the Empire has fallen.
But still has its hand in everybody's business.
It does. It's kind of creating this power vacuum now, where there are the Moths, which are basically like, the big guys within the Empire, that are trying to control different systems and everything. But what we see is we have this Mandalorian bounty hunter.
Yes.
Who is hired by one of these Moths to go and attain what he calls the asset.
Yes.
So he ends up
Doesn't
going...
really give much more than that. He gets a little puck and a little radar kind of chip or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Right? That beeps when you get close to the asset.
Yep.
Right?
And the reason he took the job is because this one pays a lot of money.
Right.
So he goes to this planet, ends up mowing down a lot of guys, meets up with this IG robot or droid.
Yeah.
Who's also on the hunt for this asset. And he goes and he finds it, and turns out that it's everybody's new favorite character, Baby Yoda.
Or YOLO.
YOLO, as we like to call him here.
Yeah.
The cute and memeable Baby Yoda.
Which they're almost gotten to the point of overkill.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's getting very, very close.
Right.
Yeah, I actually just saw one today that it was a quiz. I'm like, that said, what Baby Yoda meme describes you best?
Wow.
Anyway, so he decides that, well, the IG unit's just about to kill it, and he destroys...
Because it's dead or alive, yeah.
He destroys the IG unit, takes the kid, which that's what it's called in the series, it's just called the child.
Right.
Takes it back to the asset, or to the guy who hired him. And
collects the bounty.
Collects the bounty. Which
has buyer's remorse? Or
he does. He has seller's remorse.
Right. Well, not until after he's already made, like, you know, some cool new armor and upgrades.
Which I really like that. I like that they dove into the Mandalorian lore a little bit. I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah.
That when he got paid, what he would do is he would take that payment and he would go back to his little
guild,
tribe, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And the woman Mandalorian,
she was kind of like the matriarch of this group.
But she was also kind of the blacksmith as well.
Yeah.
She would melt this
stuff. Badass blacksmith.
Yes. Especially in this last one. Wow.
Right?
Yeah, she was pretty cool. She melted it down and then she made armor for him. And you could see that there were parts of his armor that had that, other parts that didn't. So it's like he was
like slowly upgrading. Like what you'd do in a video game.
Yeah.
Right? You've got certain parts of this new armor, but you haven't acquired everything just yet.
Yeah, so like you said, he ends up regretting giving the asset to this Moff, and he decides he's gonna go get it.
Yes.
In what was one of the coolest scenes of the series, he busts in, takes out all these stormtroopers.
To me, this was kind of like the hallway scene in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Right? Similar. It really got me invested in the series.
Yeah.
I was hooked.
And you can also tell, he's not the best fighter. He can fight.
No.
But he still gets the crap kicked out of him.
Stormtroopers, and that's one of the other tropes that, they really pointed out, that stormtroopers are pretty decent shots.
Yeah. Not the greatest shots, but...
No.
And so he ends up taking the asset, and now the story is he has to protect this child from the other bounty hunters that are and the remnants of the Empire that are coming after it.
And it becomes this kind of lone wolf and cub kind of story.
Exactly.
You've got these people that are chasing after him because they're still like those little things, devices out. People are out looking for him. Mm-hmm. And he's trying to lay low, but it's difficult to lay low when, you're constantly being followed and having to look out and constantly move.
Yeah.
You can't stay in one place too long. And that's the other part that I really liked about this, is they didn't just focus on that story. He's also able to do some side missions.
Yes.
And he's also able to make some new allies along the way,
Much like a video game.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do those side missions for some little extra cash.
Right.
And he's wondering why everybody wants this little creature so bad. And turns out, he doesn't know it, that this little infant, this little baby, is force sensitive.
Yeah.
Can use the force.
Very well.
Yes, very well.
But it does get drained pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Right after one thing. Like whether it's lifting up a rhinoceros, or whatever you want to call it.
Mudhorn.
Right? Yeah. Or whether it's healing somebody.
Yeah.
He's able... We're seeing new things at the Force we haven't seen before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. But the other interesting thing I liked about this is he had no idea what the Force was.
Yeah, no.
And a lot of people didn't. Because, if you think about it, at this time, there was one Jedi, and that was Luke.
Right.
And it was a galaxy-wide
right.
civil war. And so if you weren't, there with Luke fighting, you had no idea who this guy was.
There were some Jedis, weren't there?
There were a handful,
Right.
but most of them kind of laid low, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi and a few others. But I mean, it's like, how would you know what a Jedi was when you're galaxies away?
Exactly. I mean, sometimes we don't even hear about things that happen, in our own country.
Exactly.
Right? So how can you expect other people to know about these other I mean, unless it's through, you're at a bar and somebody's like talking or reminiscing or, legend has it that this happened,
Yeah, and that's what kind of the Jedi have become, is kind of these whispered legends throughout the galaxy, these mystic sorcerers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and that's what was really funny is like he's even talking to Baby Yoda. He's like, use your cool magic hand thing.
Use your magic hands. Yeah.
Some other really key moments or cool moments for you for this first season?
I liked the allies that he gained. I like Quillen, the little Ugnaught. And that's the other thing. I liked how practical the effects were in this.
Right.
Like with Quillen, you could tell that obviously it was a guy in a mask or face prosthetics, but the face was animatronic.
Right. Yeah.
So he looked like he was talking like a Ninja Turtle from the 1990s cartoon or the movie.
It didn't seem out of place in the Star Wars universe. There
was very little CG used. I even learned that the sets that they used were created digitally, but it was like a 3D blue screen. And so they put the sets in this blue screen so it looked like you were actually like on Tatooine or on the other planets you went to. It was like one of the first times this technology's ever been used.
Rather than just having it be a wall.
Yeah.
Right?
Like you could actually see what your character is seeing or is supposed to be seeing. So you're not just acting against like a tennis ball on a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had Quinlan, you had the Shock Trooper, former Rebellion Shock Trooper, played by Gina Carano.
Really liked the IG unit.
Yeah.
He did a great job. And I didn't shed a tear, but I was pretty sad to see what ends up becoming of him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. You knew somebody in that little group had to go.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody was going down.
Yeah. You also saw, was that the first time you'd ever seen similar to, an R2-D2 creature that was, like R2
on steroids?
Yeah, ferrying them down this, lava river.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever saw a droid like that. Because they teased you, because he was sitting there in the boat, covered in, ash and stuff.
Yeah.
He said, it's a little R2 unit. Then he gets up and he's massive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's interesting.
I guess they have more uses, or more abilities.
But the other thing I liked about this series is the way that they tied in so much from the Star Wars lore.
Yeah. And there's so much to work with.
Yeah. And going from planet to planet and seeing these different aliens and different species and going on the little jailbreak mission that they did, and
that really reminded me of Firefly.
Yeah,
that mission.
Yeah, it's just an incredibly fun, very entertaining series.
Yeah,
and you really get to see a post Empire, post Jedi Star Wars universe, and I like that. They really expanded the universe.
They did. I had never seen. Okay, I was going to ask you about this. Those stormtroopers that you see in the final 2 episodes. There was one that had that flamethrower.
Mm.
Had you seen one of those before with the red?
Only in like cartoons and video games.
Okay. And the other ones were more of the Death Troopers.
Death Troopers. Yep.
Yeah, I'd seen them in like video games, but I guess
and cartoons. Yeah.
Yeah. But had we seen it? Like, didn't we see it in like the Force Awakens? A couple of Death
Troopers in the Force Awakens?
What was that one stormtrooper that she had kind of a more glossy? Wasn't she a Death Trooper?
Oh no, she wasn't a Death Trooper. She was just kind of a commander.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Death Troopers are basically like the special ops of stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm. The SWAT team.
Yeah, pretty much.
They actually can shoot with accuracy.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. I love the fact that they made fun of the fact that stormtroopers could not aim.
Those two dudes.
Shit.
Yeah, those two dudes that were just sitting on the bikes.
Yeah.
That they're like trying to shoot.
Shoot that little can.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a great scene where he was just like, "Hey, dude, so can I see the asset? Can I mean, just to make sure it's still there. Yeah.
You just want to see it. Like, yeah, so?
Yeah. You got to see it. Well, I picked it up and threw it in the bag. I didn't really get to look at it.
Yeah,
And then it bites him. Yeah. Oof.
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
The
direction, where do you see this going?
In season 2?
Yeah. Any predictions?
Well, he said at the end that he needs to bring the child back to his own kind.
Right. Which, did that not have you excited?
Yeah.
That you're gonna see actually where Yoda and Yaddle and all these other creatures, where they're from, and what the name of their, potentially what the name of their race is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to see that.
And do they all have the ability to use the Force?
That's kind of what they implied.
Right?
Yeah. Because he said, you want me to take this back to a planet full of magical sorcerers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't even know where it is. And it's a huge galaxy.
Yeah.
So that's going to be kind of an interesting journey.
Yeah. I think that's what season 2 is going to be. It's going to be him trying to find the child's home world and
still being chased, but more so being chased by one individual.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, no. 2 individuals. Because that bounty hunter episode where the spur dude showed up.
Yeah. We didn't find out who that guy was.
I mean, there's some speculation that it's Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But nobody knows.
Yeah, Moff Gideon, played by Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad.
Gus. Yeah.
Gus. At the very end, and this is major spoilers here.
Yes.
When his TIE fighter crashes and he busts out of it and he has the dark saber, I lost my shit.
Yeah.
Because you've only seen the dark saber in Star Wars Rebels.
Right.
And the dark saber is basically
a lightsaber.
It is.
But
it was wielded by the first Mandalorian who became a Jedi.
Okay.
And, because every Jedi creates their own lightsaber.
Right.
And he created that one. And when he left the Jedi Order...
Which it makes sense that it's perfectly forged that way.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because they're really meticulous about, forging and crafting stuff, right? And they're...
Especially weapons.
Yeah, they're great at it.
Yeah. And when he left the Jedi Order... Basically, he ruled Mandalore with that saber, and it was passed down from generation to generation.
So it'd be kind of interesting to see, was he a former Jedi / Mandalorian?
See, that's the thing.
Or where did he get it?
Where did he get, yeah.
Right.
Where did he get the dark saber? And that was so cool to see.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, it's just such a well-crafted and well-put-together series. And I've said it before, it's probably the best Star Wars we've gotten in a long time.
Yeah, agreed.
That's coming from somebody who likes the new films. Well, 2 out of 3 of them.
That's pretty good odds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know anybody who hasn't, but if you haven't seen The Mandalorian, go watch it.
Yeah, check it out for sure.
Yeah. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to enjoy it. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you'll probably become one.
Right? And even if you're not, I'm sure you're a little bit familiar. You don't need to know that much about the Star Wars lore.
No.
Right? Because it could be a standalone series on its own.
Yeah.
You know, even if you didn't know who all these different things are. Yeah, you're not going to get some of the references, but I mean, they put together a decent story for even like the most basic Star Wars lover amongst us.
Exactly. Yeah, if you go in not knowing anything about Star Wars, you're basically like the Mandalorian himself. You know, you're discovering all these things for the first time.
Yeah. Oh, and wasn't that such a touching scene where the IG robot like helps him out?
Yeah.
Right? Where he's just like, no human has ever. I'm not a human.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
And he takes out of his helmet just once.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to see old Pedro Pascal, just once. Yeah, but that was, man, it's such a good show. Such a good series.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be getting season 2 until fall of 2020.
Really?
Yep.
Well, it's been such a long time. I know there's a couple of new shows that are making you like want to binge watch and watch them, but it's been such a while since we've had a show where I was looking forward to Friday.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Not because of the weekend, but because I was going to get a new episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we got to wait.
Oh, man.
But, you know, it's something to look forward to, and Jon Favreau has already teased that you'll see more of the Gamorrean species, the Gamorrean guards that were at Jabba's palace, the big pig-looking creatures. They're going to come back.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Because he posted a picture of a little mannequin, little maquette that they use on set.
Oh, they've already started filming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it may already be done, or at least pretty close.
Nuh-uh. Really?
Well, they filmed season 1 quite a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like, probably back in 2018. And so I'm sure they probably took a few months off and probably spent most of 2019 filming season 2.
If they've got season 2 and 3 just sitting there, I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So either it's done or I bet it's pretty close.
Yeah.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap it up. Oh, man, we were so close to making an hour, but then we got talking about The Mandalorian.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Missed it by that much.
Yeah. Okay. So, here's where you can find us. You can find us, all of our episodes, at worldwarg.podbean.com. We're also on iTunes, Google Play, and CosmicPotatoNetwork.com. We're also on Facebook.com/WorldWarG Podcast. We're on Twitter and Instagram. Just search at WWG Podcast, although admittedly we don't post on those much, except for Facebook. You can find all of our merchandise at shop.spreadshirt.com/WorldWarG. You can also email us anytime.
Day, afternoon, or night.
At oh, you added that, huh?
Yeah.
All right. At worldwgpodcast@gmail.com. You can also call the show anytime.
Nope.
One of these days. At 385-240-1692. So this has been World War G episode 249. That has been AJ.
That has been Troy.
Stay geeky, my friends, and I don't think there'll be an end credit scene this time.
That is the way.